So over the weekend I started stripping the Porsche down, and I had a little bit of time by myself to run over some things and obviously look through the car whilst I was taking bits off it, and I had a couple of brain waves going through my head, and I know what I want to do with the engine now, and I know roughly the layout, colour scheme I want to be going on this old beautiful classic. We'll talk about the engine and gearbox a little bit later on. Last week, if you haven't seen the previous episode, we've done the battery, the fuel relay, got the pop-up lights working, all that great. We even got the wheel studs off, which were a nightmare. You want to go and watch that. It took us about 4 hours. But this week we are going to start stripping it down, which I've already done some parts, and then prepping some of the rust areas and get some primer on it as well, just to check that that rust isn't too severe that needs cutting out on the top of the bodywork. Then we'll roll into what we're actually going to do with the car, and what engine we're putting in, and what we want out of it at the end of this tremendous build. So over the weekend, mainly on the Friday, had a bit of time, quiet time, started stripping this down. As you can see, sunroof, tested it. That all works, which is really good. We've popped the side windows out, really easy to do. We've started stripping the boot from the back forward, so all the seat belts is out. We're starting to take the number plate lights out, the electric boot release has come out. What else we took out? The rear lights have come out, they were nicely bonded in, so them took a little bit of prying out, but they come out. Next step is to get the rear seat out, and then we can take the two side carpets out as well. I've had to order a new boot release switch, because you might have seen in the video last time when it was all powered up, the boot release motor, this thing here, was just spinning around. That's because the button under the dash was constantly pressed in, so I've ordered a new one of them. So I want to just test that up when it comes to make sure that that switch does work. What I want to be doing is tackling this part of rust here, and also the one round here. These are the two main ones that I want to get sort of dressed up and cleaned up. Obviously the whole of the rest of the car is going to be getting sanded down as well, but I want to just tackle them two bits because they're the two main bits at the rear. And then we've got a big hole just on the rear of that wheel arch, which we'll repair from underneath when the car goes up for the rest of the repairs under there. But we've started stripping it down, we've bagged everything up, it's in a cage. Some of the stuff we will reuse, some of it we won't. Obviously the trim inside, a lot of it was vinyl sticker. We've had to peel all that off. We'll probably replace that with maybe some suede liner type material, make it a little bit more executive. But as it stands, we've started stripping it down. We know we can get the wheels off, we know it runs. Now we know what engine's going into it, which we're going to move on to next, just to give you a little brief idea of the plan we've got for it and if we can achieve that. While stripping this down over the weekend, I was thinking of loads of different ideas, how I wanted it to look, how I wanted to build it, what I wanted in it, and I had an epiphany, which is a great idea. I want this to be the Porsche RS 9444. So we're going to get a hold of an RS4 engine, gearbox, rear diff, everything. So we're going to pull that from the same car. I've already sourced one. Guy who knows a lot about RS engines has got one. My dream now is to have the RS4 engine in here pumping out at least 444 brake horsepower to match the 944 name. So there you have it. That's what's going in here. Somehow we're going to make it fit, shoehorn it in, and there's going to be a nice, grit big 4.2 litre V8 RS engine sitting in there. Next week I might disclose the theme or the colours we're going to go for. But this week the big information is this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be the first, I'm not going to look, but this is going to be my first RS 9444. There you have it.
2,000 years later.
We are back at the Drive Aspect workshop, garage, whatever you want to call it, and the engine has arrived. I brought it back, there it is. If you don't love the Audi RS models, there's something wrong with you, and it's very rare you get to see one out of the car, but that's what it looks like. And behind it, the gearbox is attached with a linkage, but that is a 4.2 litre V8 beast of an engine that we're going to shoe on into the Porsche, I hope. But beside it, we've got the rear subframe, diff, drive shafts, all that. We've got that as a unit, so if we can utilise any of it, which hopefully we can utilise a diff, pop shaft, stuff like that. And then behind it, we've got the rad pack, so oil cooler, radiator. I think it's got an upgraded aluminium type radiator as well. And then behind that, we've got the slam panel, which has got the anti-roll bar linkages, which we need for the engine to mount onto. That is basically that. In the front of the van, we have got clocks. This is how I like to buy an engine. Not like I've ever done it before, but I think this is the right way. Buy as much as you can of that car. More service history than you've ever seen. It's been serviced at the same Audi garage in Lincoln for 12 years or something like that, which is really good. And I've even managed to get a hold of the steering column and the key for that RS4. Also, I've got my McDonald's that I ate on the way up there because it was a bit of a trek. And I've even got spare exhaust gaskets and rocker cover gaskets in there. That is a full package, and that's what I wanted. I wanted everything off that car so we can utilise as much as we can of it. I know it's all matched, all the ECUs are matched, the wiring's there for everything. So hopefully that's going to make this massive, monumental job a little bit easier, because at this moment in time I'm well out of the comfort zone. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, but what I am going to do is get the forklift, lift this off, drive it in, and I'm going to sit it beside the Porsche and get a realistic view of how big it is to get it in the engine bay that we've got. So yeah, let's get the forklift out and then get it all offloaded and put near the Porsche to see exactly what we've got our hands on to work with. I don't think it's going to fit like. If there's a will, there's a way. There might be a lot of angle grinding discs going missing, but can we get that massive lump in there? It's going to be a long space, but watch this space, because it's got to go in. We're invested in it now. We've set everything up. Deadline's going to be revealed soon as well of when it's going to be ready. We've got plenty of time if this was my full-time job, but it isn't. This is a bit of a let's have a go fun project, which I've now just given myself a lot of pressure, and I still don't know if someone else has put one of these in here. Most likely not, because it doesn't fit, but let's see if we can make it fit. Can we get this 4.2 V8 inside the 944 and get it up and running? Here we go. How many inches are we short? .830 wide. Oh, miles away. Basically, hypothetically dreaming here, if we can mount this part under the chassis leg, because we've got more room, chassis leg comes here, and then that's narrower. So the exhaust is about that wide. We've got problems, like massive problems. It's quite a bit off, but it gets narrow when it gets to the front. The front chassis legs or rails come in. So let's just work out how deep this engine is, because we might be able to set it back to give us a wider point. If we run off 700 from the bulkhead, no, that ain't gonna help us neither. This is a monumentous task now, like. Next stage is get that running, get a video of it so we can flog it. It's a really good, strong 2.7 litre engine. Someone will want that. Get it out, full unit, gearbox, engine, all as one. Remove it, and then basically start swinging that in to see how quickly it doesn't fit. But the challenge is on. We will make it fit, and it's most likely going to be a world first. God mighty, I didn't think it was that big. It is a big unit, like, in all fairness. We're going from a 2.7 to a 4.2 V8. We're mad. So the engine's here, gearbox, drivetrain, we've seen it, we already know it doesn't fit. I don't think it's ever been done in the world. If it has, let us know. But we've had to get some specialist tooling in. We have got the engine hoist, because this engine's going to be in and out more times than enough. We've got the spring compressor. We have got a couple other jobs for that, which we're going to move on to later on. But these are things that we need to start the preparation works on this massive build. But there's one question we need to ask: can an RS4 engine go into a Porsche 944? So we're going to go to the best thing known to man, Google. What we're going to put: Audi RS4 engine into a Porsche 944. While physically possible to swap an Audi RS4 engine in with a B5 or the B7 into a Porsche 944, it is a complex, high-effort project due to significant space and drive-to-range challenges. So basically, I think I've bought the wrong engine. We should have bought a B5. But here at Drive Aspect, we do things differently, and I still don't know. I've done my Googling, and everyone's put the 2.2s in and the 1.8 turbo BAM engines. No one's put that big lump in. So if you want to see it happen and the challenges overcome, stay tuned. for this epic series, the drive aspect, to get this ready for two of the biggest shows known to man and woman this year. So in a very short space of time this week, we have done a lot of work. Unfortunately, nothing on the car. But we've been given our deadline, basically. So let's get this urgent to do out, because that's all changed now since the engine's turned up. We have got, cameraman, how many days, weeks?
28 weeks.
28 weeks. So 28 weeks. These better be long weeks, because they're going to have to be long weeks. Right, what's the first date that we need this ready for?
19th of September.
19th of Sept 2030. No. This year. 26. Then from then, we've got no free time, have we? Because when's it got to go down to Portsmouth?
22nd.
22nd. Ship. Is that how you spell Miami?
That's right, yeah.
And then we're going to basically, that's America. Where are you going from here? To there. So if you love SEMA, this is going to be at SEMA this year. World's first Audi RS4 engine and a Porsche 944. 28 weeks. Let's go.